Rumours have surfaced from several reputable sources that AC/DC, and most importantly, Brian Johnson, are going to tour together again. Hello there folks, I'm Toby from TIJ Music and I've just heard this news. Now, to be honest, I am very tremendously excited about these rumours if they turn out to be true. And it was only revealed last week that the band are working on something in the studio. But to me, I thought, this is going to be with Axl Rose, and the feel of the album just wouldn't be right. That being said though, he did do a cracking job on their latest tour. In an article by Tyler Jenk on the Bragg website, and on many other websites like Kerrang and Ultimate Classic Rock, it seems that the new album will feature the vocals of Brian Johnson and work from the late Malcolm Young on every single track. So to have a tour without Brian would be very confusing, even though he is on the album. Now, American DJ Eddie Trunk has had information from reliable sources that would suggest that AC/DC are definitely going to tour with Brian once again. But it does seem that the album and tour will be in tribute to Malcolm Young, much like the Back in Black album was in 1980 as a tribute to Bon Scott, of course. And we all know how well and how fantastic the Back in Black album did perform. Whew, blimey, what an album that was. But nothing has been confirmed, of course, from the band themselves, hence why this is only a rumour. But this picture has come up. I'm going to put it on the screen now with Cliff Williams, Brian Johnson and Stevie and Angus Young, of course, going from left to right. This picture looks authentic, it doesn't look photoshopped or anything, so why would this picture be taken with Brian just out of coincidence? I know they're not the best of posers, but you certainly wouldn't take a picture of the four of these gents just to pop it on the mantelpiece. I am really excited though about this rumour, especially considering I've only seen AC/DC on tour once in 2016, with Axl Rose at the wheel. As I said earlier, Axl was fine, but he isn't the real deal that Brian Johnson is, there's no doubt about that. I have seen Brian Johnson in concert on video, like the River Plate and Donington filmings, but to see him perform live with Angus would be absolutely fantastic. And I'd be satisfied for my whole life, certainly, as a big AC/DC fan from this. Of course though, the news only really comes as a surprise, as Johnson was forced to quit AC/DC's tour efforts in 2016 after suffering significant hearing loss. Now, this does bring into question whether this has been controlled, but Johnson has performed live since 2016 with the likes of Muse, Paul Rodgers and Mick Fleetwood, just to name a few. And if you can perform a few hits with these guys, of course, you can perform with AC/DC, but it does all come down to Brian's health. If the doctors say he can do it, he'll jump at the chance, and I'll certainly jump at the chance of buying a ticket if they do tour in the UK. But this surely has to be the last tour of AC/DC if this news is correct, but it should perform really well, much like Black Sabbath's The End Tour, which never really seemed to end, and Kiss's End of the Road Tour, which is taking place this year. Just to make sure we're clear though folks, I'm going to read out the whole quote of Trunk, and I think there is about a 13-minute video where he's on a show. I'm not quite sure what happened, but there's a show that he's in, like a DJ show, like a radio show, in which this was discussed. He got some news about Aerosmith, I think, as well, so I'll leave that down in the description if you do remind me down in the comments, and you can see his whole thing. But I'm just going to read out the quote that he has said. I think AC/DC, it's pretty much a done deal that these guys are going to make a record, or have made a record, and that this record is going to come out. I've got sources that have told me they are absolutely going to tour with Brian Johnson back again. It's all unconfirmed from their camp, as I said, but I had it from some very reliable sources. I think it's pretty much a done deal that AC/DC, at the very least, are going to release some sort of record, and it'll be some sort of record, and it'll be some sort of record, and it'll be some sort of tribute. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever, he can say what he wants. It'll be some sort of tribute to Malcolm, just like Back in Black was a tribute to Bon. This sounds good. So I've got no doubt about that, and I'm pretty confident they're going to do some shows as well. But I think at this point, it's pretty much just when they announce it. Now, to me, he'd be a right swine, and I can think of very much more hard-hitting words than that to come out with these comments, just to build up some hype, surely. Anyway though folks, that's unfortunately only the news that us common folk have so far, but hopefully we'll get some very exciting news of a tour soon. So a few questions to ask you folks you can leave down in the comments. Will you be buying a ticket if Brian tours with DC again? Will you buy a ticket even if Brian isn't on the tour? I suppose what's most important is, do you actually think this news is true? The tour and Brian's participation? Let me know down in the comments. But for now, I've been Toby from TIJ Music. Make sure to subscribe for album reviews, top 10s and the odd rumour gossip video a little bit like this. But that is all for now. That does remind me though, I need to get on to making some AC/DC review videos. Thanks for watching though folks, and until next time, I'll see you later. Rock on!